1, 2, 3, 4.
Jesse and Christina are helping the world, teaching everything to the boys and the girls, having some fun, dancing a groove. Libraries are awesome, they got so much to prove. Who's your favorite author and what do they write? Step into a book and you just might learn of a new world of excitement galore. Amazing new adventures waiting there at your door.
Do you know how to find all kinds of knowledge? Do you, it might just help to get into college. Do you know how to learn and have some fun? Do you, come on now, everyone.
The Jesse and Christina Show.
Hey everybody, I'm Miss Christina.
And I'm Mr. Jesse.
Welcome to our 5th, I think, Make and
so.
Create Kits.
Yeah, this one's a little different, but it's really cool. So the previous ones we've focused on chemistry and some reactions. In this one, we're going to focus on electricity and magnetism.
That's awesome. I'm excited. Let's get into it.
Let's do it.
All right, so in your kit, you're going to have some cool items, a few cool items in here. So you'll have your directions and your science behind the experiment. So go ahead and take a look at those before you get into it. You're also going to have a piece of copper wire. Now be careful here because the edges are a little bit sharp, so definitely make sure to keep your fingers away from those edges and maybe get a mom or dad or older sibling to help you.
Good point.
You're also going to have 2 small magnets as well as 1 larger magnet. And then the final item you're going to have is a AA battery. Now some of you may have some wrapping around that battery, so you can go ahead and take that off now.
Right, great job, Miss Christina. And before we get started with the steps,
Very important.
safety first, let's
Put on our safety goggles.
All right.
Awesome. Should we get into it?
Let's do it.
Let's make our motor. So to get your experiment started, the first thing we're going to have to do is grab your copper wire. Now your copper wire is straight right now, but we're going to have to bend it so that it will work for our experiment. Now, if you need help at this part, there's nothing wrong with that. So go ahead and grab a parent or an adult or a babysitter, older sibling, someone who can help you bend this wire. Now, if you're a little bit older and you want to try it, go ahead and do these steps with me. So we're going to go ahead and take our thumb, we're going to place it in the middle of this wire, and we're going to go ahead and place some pressure right in the middle there so it starts to bend, just like that. You're going to want to kind of have at least like a couple centimeters of bent wire right here in the middle. All right, so then you've got your bent wire in the middle. Now we're going to go ahead and make what I like to call either ears, bunny ears, or a heart. And we're going to go ahead and start to make your heart going the opposite way. So I've got half of my heart there. Now if I put it this way, you'll see. And then I'm going to make my other ears or heart on this side. See, it's even a little bit hard for me. But you're going to want to have this part available and kind of flat so that once we do the experiment, it's going to sit on top of that battery like that.
So for our final step in our experiment, we're going to make our tower. So I'm going to put my largest magnet flat on the table, and I'm going to take my 2 smaller magnets and put it on top of that. I'm going to move the smaller magnets right into the middle, the bigger magnet, and then the negative end of my battery is going to go on top of that. They're all going to snap together and create this cool tower. So then, after we've made our heart, we kind of have to make some adjustments to it as we're doing it. So we're just kind of, like Miss Christina said, making the middle part rest on the positive end of the battery, and then we're going to take the 2 loose ends and try and connect them to the small batteries in the middle. And then once we've done that, we've created a complete circuit, and the electricity going from the positive end through the wire to the magnets back into the battery is going to create some momentum and move our copper wire around, making it look like it's going to dance. That was a little bit, not much. But it's pretty neat. This is not an easy step, so if you don't get it with the first few tries, certainly don't worry. But maybe you've heard the old adage, if first you don't succeed, try again. And there we go. Mine fell off.
That's it.
Minor adjustments are needed, but go ahead and experiment with it and have fun. You're creating some electricity.
Have a little bit more fun with your magnets. I know I used to like to do this when I was a little kid, and I still like to do it today. So you could take one of your larger magnets and two of your smaller ones, and then you can kind of pretend like you're magic and move that magnet around your table using the positive and negative side of your magnet. Now, if you have a sibling and you have some extra magnets at home, or maybe you both got a kit, you could try to race your magnets and see who wins in that race. A lot of fun with magnetism can be had just with a little creativity. So have a good time.
Well, that one was a little different and a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. That was awesome. I liked playing with the magnets and trying to figure out how to get the motor going, and it really tested my patience, but I think it also taught me how cool something can be if you give it a little bit of time and practice, which is really important.
Yeah, this one, you probably won't find it easy on the first one, but it pays off to keep at
I
it.
think I would really like to know a little bit more about the science behind it.
Yeah, what's going on? These magnets, copper wire, why do we need all this?
I know. So I think it's time for
Let's Ask Becky.
Hello again, everybody. You got to make cool spinny things, right? Well, they wanted you to understand some key concepts. In the battery, you have electrons. They are going from positive to negative. This is the positive end, this is the negative. When they're moving, it's called a current. Sort of like a river, you have upstream to downstream, that river is flowing. That's a current. Same thing, the electrons are flowing, positive to negative, that's a current. Around a magnet is a magnetic field. One direction, they push against each other and they don't want to touch each other, but they flip them around and they pull right together. That's the push and pull force. The copper wire conducts the electricity. When you put them together, you've got two different forces. You've got the force of the electric current coming down to the negative end of the battery, and you've got the force of the magnetic field on the magnets on the bottom. And when they come down and they hit each other, those electrons, what pushes out the ends of your copper wire, and it starts to spin. May the forces be with you.
Jesse and Christina Show.